was gonna ask this question about teenagers, but it's actually not really about teenagers. I think it's about all of us. There's a documentary called Screenagers, Growing Up in the Digital Age, that looks at how teenagers, and I think adults, are strung out on social media, which affects everything from their attention span to their productivity. But social media is just a fact of life today. How are parents supposed to deal with it? Well, maybe they should try putting the phone down first.
Themselves, exactly. I find it very difficult.
I was looking up how many points are in a cannoli.
Yeah.
Tells you everything, this thing. You know, that's the problem. It's so great. It's like your little friend.
Well, it is good, but it doesn't tell you everything accurately.
No?
No, it does. It's not always accurate. Stuff comes from, you know, Wikipedia. Wikipedia is great. No, I don't mean that.
Oh.
But, you know, Wikipedia is a conglomeration of people saying this is what this is.
That's really not true.
And so you have to really be careful when you're looking up stuff sometimes on the internet.
But I think your point is such a valid one. We have to lead by example as parents with our children. My husband and I...
the woman with two.
I have 2 phones.
2 phones.
2 phones.
On live television.
2 phones.
Okay.
It's true. It's true.
Who's gonna call her? And is she gonna answer the bad boy?
That's true. One for ABC News, one for personal. And never the twain shall meet. No, I think it's really difficult. And what my husband and I decided was during dinner, everybody puts their phone away. It's sort of a no-phone zone, and the bedroom is also a no-phone zone. The kids don't bring the phones into the bedroom. We don't bring the phones into the bedroom. And that's how we've been able to manage it.
Don't they have a computer and an iPad in the bedroom?
No,
they don't.
That's the only way we can. No electronics in the bedroom, and that's the only way we've been able to manage it. Because I don't think that documentary said you can't pull everything from them, because the kids that you pull everything from tend to be cyberbullies. Isn't that interesting?
My daughter does not allow, he's 6 years old, my grandson, and she's not allowed to own any of this. But soon as and he doesn't use it all week, but as soon as he comes to Nana's house, the first thing he wants to do is go on the iPad.
You give him the iPad?
Yes. Yeah, I do. Once a week. Once a week. What's the big deal? Well, but I can see where it's hardly addictive because he's in it. And, like, you can't have a conversation with him anymore. That's it. He's done.
I think it's like a whole new challenge to parenting, and I think not even just parenting, just existing. I think we're figuring it out as we go, because we've all, as adults, many of us have already fallen victim to this. So when Max and I try to talk about, well, how are we going to handle this? One, I think it's a moot point at this, because we don't know. It's going to change so much in the next few years. But there are a lot of articles on young kids watching screens. So we're big right now on really not turning on children's programming or screen time in front of him. And that's not going to last forever, because once you, I mean, you need it when you're like in cars, airplanes. So we're going to have to give in eventually, but there's no guidebook of when it's okay. And they compare it to heroin in the child's brain. The part, they say it's like a drug.
It gives them the dopamine effect. Once they're doing a search and they get what they're seeking, you get a dopamine rush. I get a dopamine rush.
If you go out, though, I notice, for me, if you go out, go to a restaurant, sit on the subway, walk through the street, for me, I had a moment where I looked up and I craved my youth. I craved a time when people were looking at each other and were appreciating those moments.
On the subway? I don't want them looking at me on the subway.
It's all this.
Better they should be like this.
And it was me, too. I was part of the problem, and I had a moment of self-awareness where I realized that I was missing out on things in life that I wouldn't have missed out on. So I feel like you have to manage the technology and not let the technology run your life.
My brother once said, when the person looking back at you in a subway is not the one you want to make eye contact with.
But like when you look around, even the subway, and you see this, I feel like there's something wrong with that.
Not in the subway.
I don't get good connection in the subway.
It's new. They have
Wi-Fi. They read their own emails. They read. It's a lot. And I think for kids that grow up with this, it's the challenges for them too. I feel like they're missing out. Think about it, your first date. Think about what that looks like for them, or the way they interact with people. This is not always a plus.
Whoopi's good at reminding me, especially
to lose the phone.
To lose the phone. She reminds all of us to lose the phone.
Look, you know what? I need eye-to-eye contact. If you want me to know you, you have to look at me. And I put the phone down at 6 o'clock, and I don't pick it up. If you need me, call me at the house.